Well, hello, everyone. My name is Mighty Stream, and I'm going to do your March the 5th spiritual principle a day in a meditation. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Let's go ahead and get into the meditation. If you need to reach me, feel free to do so at recoveryofhope21@gmail.com. Okay, hopefully you can see that. Let me get the date where you can also see it. Okay. March 5th, free to be, to simply be, free to simply be. Okay, let's go. Letting go of the ideal that we have to understand why things happen or how it all works frees us to have a spiritual experience without wondering if we're doing it right. That's taken from the Living Clean book, chapter 2, Connection to a Higher Power. Addicts are perceptive people, or so we like to think. When we're using, when we were using, rather, we could go somewhere we've never been and easily find either a way to get drugs or someone to use with. Our intuitions and insights often serve us well in recovery, especially as the steps help us to improve our ability to discern between the voice of self-will and that of conscience. Learning the difference can be a challenge since the disease talks to us in our own voice. Freedom from our disease depends on it. With practice and the help of other recovering addicts, we improve our connection to our intuition and our conscience. We gain the freedom to make better choices and our lives improve. Trusting in the process and in our conscience can be scary. How can putting down the drugs make the obsession go away? How can we be sure our sponsor won't share our inventory with everyone? What happens if we let go of that defect that has been protecting us? We just don't like not knowing. Step 2 in our basic text tells us we can use this power long before we understand it. One member shared, I've been staying clean on a higher power that I don't understand for over 25 years. And I'm starting to get okay with never knowing. It still works. No matter how perceptive we are, our perception is limited. There are wavelengths of light not visible to the human eye, pitches of sound not perceptible to the human ear. We cannot know the totality of things. When we get okay with not knowing, we can shift our focus to what we do feel, sense, and perceive in the present. We are free to be right here, right now. It's okay if I don't know. I will enjoy the freedom to just be. Moment of silence now, please, followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Please and thank you. Freedom to just be, free to simply be. Such a warming thought. I go through my day oftentimes, especially since the surgery and still struggling with the recovery piece. And, they did tell me it'd be, 6 to 8 weeks, expect a really hard time for 1 week. However, I find myself going through the course of my day and adjusting my expectation of what I can accomplish based on basically this particular topic or message or theme that it's okay to just simply be. I have a ton of things that need to get done. And unless they're easily delegated, I am going to be the individual that has to do them or not do them. And for the most part, the stress of doing them lies with me, but the benefit of doing them benefits everyone in my household. And so I'm cognizant of the fact that when I'm not feeling well, I'm not able to get the things done that I want. I'm cognizant that someone else may be depending upon my ability to accomplish it. Now, I want you to take what I'm saying and I want you to fit it to your circumstance. What is it you're stressed out about? What is it that you are experiencing anxiety about? And you may not be in a position where you can even voice this anxiety. You give no voice to it. You just deal with it. You cope with it the best that you can. I found myself here in the last week having to tell myself, if you've done all the stuff that you've done up until this point in time in your life, unable to really breathe well, what is 2 months of recovery when the end result is going to allow me to breathe much better and to be more effective compared to the way that I used to be? It's a dilemma, it's a situation, it's a thorn in my side that is really worth the work and it's worth the wait. And so I'm constantly telling myself, do it later or do a little bit now and then do the rest when you feel you've gotten your energy. And that's okay because this is where I'm at right now and I'm not in a position to change it. I have to face it and accept it. And I have to be compassionate and kind and loving towards myself. They call it self care. What about you? Are you willing today to step aside or sit down and rest? Are you willing today to acknowledge that this is where I'm at and this is who I am? And I'm okay with that. Now, I'm not talking about being complacent. No, I'm talking about not being so pressurized to accomplish things all the time. My mother used to say, and she still does, you know what I need from you? I just need 100%. I don't need 150% from you. Just give me 100% and I'm good with that. Can you figure out where you've gone over and above and beyond and it's causing you to have a lot of anxiety because instead of just giving your best, you're going even past that. You're doing way beyond what other people would even naturally expect a person to do. And I just want to say, you don't have anything to prove to anyone. And I know that sounds harsh to some degree because many of you are thinking about restoration with your wife, with your husband, with your children, with the job, with the community, trying to get your license back. Say maybe you're a nurse or a doctor and you've gotten taken away with drugs and now you're trying to get back to the point where you can actually work in the field that you used to. How can I say what I just said? Because it's the truth. All you have is today anyway, this moment, anyhow. And you need to bring your best self to that day, to this day, and be mindful that you don't have all the answers. You don't need all of the answers. And you don't have to have all the answers for everyone else. It is okay. It is absolutely okay to self-care and be okay with where you are in the present moment, whatever that is. Drop me a comment down below and tell me where you are today. Let me know how you're doing. I've enjoyed talking to you and I will be talking to you tomorrow. But in the meantime, have a beautiful day on purpose.